What's up, YouTube? This is Scott Seuss. We're talking about free the felons. Free all the felons. Don't lock them up because it's racist. I myself am an ex-felon. I've been an ex-felon for over 26 years of my life. I spent 15 years, 8 months, and 6 days in prison. I was transferred to every prison within the state because I was a jackass while I was in prison, and I got in all kinds of trouble all the time. I was I was what's called a 90-day rotation inmate, where they kept sending me around every 90 days to another prison because they couldn't control me. Trust me, I was a fucking jackass. I destroyed everything. I broke everything. I did all kinds of bad stuff. Let me tell you what I learned by being strapped in a restraint chair literally every day, being chained to the bed literally every day, get my head bashed with nice literally every day. I could have stopped at any time. I didn't want to. I was bored. I needed something to do. I was bored. The guards are walking around all cheery and shit. I was miserable in my cell. We're going to fight today. So that's what I did, and that's how I did my time. But let me tell you how that worked for me. I've been free for 15 years in January. I done my time the hardest way you could do your time. Did I learn my lesson? Not really. Not really at all. I mean, it's easier to come out here, especially when you're freshly out of prison, to bust a motherfucker's head than to look at him. But I think that if I wouldn't have done my time the hardest way possible, I could have done it in the Supermax, then I wouldn't still be free right now. You let people out of prison on parole, after, especially child molesters, they go for parole the first time, they typically get parole. They go reoffend, they come back. I knew one child molester that reoffended 9 times while I was in there and came back 9 times while I was in there. Majority of the guys that I actually knew that I associated with were not child molesters. I don't fuck with them people. But the guys who committed crimes and they were in there doing their time, they get out, they be back within 7 months or less with new charges, heinous crimes, where they went out and got hooked on drugs the first week out, stashed by the screwdriver, killed them, come back with 80, 90, 120 years, death penalty. You don't learn shit in prison. You don't learn fucking nothing because you just go free. It's like a big field day. It's easier to be in prison in a Supermax with serial killers, crazies, and fucking rapists than it is out here being free. You make a name for yourself in prison. Everyone knows who you are. Motherfuckers respect you. They don't fuck with you. Out here, motherfuckers want to fuck with you and try you and push your buttons. And in prison, it's a different mentality. In prison, you get your respect or you force motherfuckers to give you respect. Out here, you can't do that because motherfuckers out here are different. They don't understand that mentality. Anyways, long story short, releasing the prisoners is not a solution. We have been releasing prisoners and they all pretty much reoffend. We've released these criminals, they go to jail, commit these crimes, and everywhere in the United States, across the whole entire board, every state, and what do? They get out the same day, reoffend, reoffend, reoffend. That is not rehabilitation. Prison is not rehabilitation either. But releasing them to reoffend 12 times a day is not the fucking solution either. I can tell you that as an ex-felon, it's tempting to just bust a motherfucker in the head and go back to prison all the time. Because in there, it's easier. Like I said, out here, it's hard. But if you let me know, if I know for a fact, if I would have known for a fact in the very beginning that I can stab a motherfucker in the fucking neck and kill him and go back to jail for the night and be released on my own recognizance in 4 hours, I very well probably would have reoffended. I very well probably would have I probably would have fucking killed somebody, or 2 people, or 4 people, or 5 people, I don't know. But since I got out, there were still laws that applied, and people were not really being released for committing additional crimes 12 times, 13 times, 14 times a day. I did not reoffend. And now I've been free for 15 years. I haven't committed no crimes. I haven't even got a speeding ticket. Now, if someone broke in my house, then I would do what I have to do, and I might end up back in prison. But otherwise, I don't feel the desire to commit crimes anymore. And that's the key. If there's no penalty for the crimes people are committing, you just release them. They know it's a fucking game. It's a revolving door. We go in for a night, we come back out, commit another crime. We go in for 2 days, go back out, commit another crime. It's no big deal. You're not solving nothing by letting these people go. I think that there need to be harsher punishments for reoffenders, and the more they reoffend, the harsher the punishment should be. Why are killers serving 1 year being released to commit crimes again? There was a guy that I was in prison with who raped a woman. It was his neighbor. The guy served 8 years on a 10-year sentence for rape. He got out. The same day he got out, he went back to that neighbor's house. She moved, but he already knew where she was at. He raped her again. This is back in the 70s. So he got the rest of his sentence, plus he got an additional 20 years. He served 12 years, got out of prison again on parole, and went and raped that lady again. This is a true story. So this is the third time he raped her. He went back to prison, got the rest of his sentence, an additional 25 years. He served 14 years of that sentence, got out, and raped that woman again. He went back on parole violation, got the new rape charge, and then he went to prison. He ended up doing 9 years. He got out, and he raped that woman again. Now we're in the 90s, or 2000s. We're in the 2000s. Right before I got out of prison myself, he got out again. The same day he got out, he raped that woman again and ended back in prison. What the fuck is he learning? What the fuck is he learning? He's raped that woman 6 different times, maybe 7. And what did he learn? Nothing. Prison doesn't teach you nothing. You have to teach yourself shit. You have to be independent minded and don't fall for traps. You have to be under a punishment that's so severe that you don't want to reoffend again, or you have to just be a decent fucking person. There's people that are in prison that are innocent. There's people that are not terrible people that are in prison who could made a dumb mistake or committed a dumb crime or a spur of the moment crime. But majority of the people in there are fucking pieces of shit. I'm telling you this for a fact because I've been there for 15 years. Letting these pieces of shit go every day they commit a crime is not the fucking solution. And where is Captain Obvious when you need him? If this is the type of people that we're going to keep re-electing or electing as officials, then you need to go ahead and type a tattoo, "Hello, I am stupid as fuck," in big bold black letters on your forehead, because you're a jackass. You need to elect people who will protect you, who will protect your family, who will protect your kids, who will protect your country and your beliefs. I don't give a fuck if you hate Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck if you love Joe Biden. Use your fucking brain. Surely you can't be so brainwashed by the Democratic bullshit that you can't see that this is not benefiting your communities. And just because you didn't suffer today, you wasn't a victim of a crime today, or your family members wasn't a victim of a crime today, tomorrow you might be. And tomorrow when you're the victim, it might be your last day on earth. Because if they kill you, what are they going to get? 8 hours in jail? Be released? Come on, dumbasses. Use your brain.